Hello, this is Gradye Parsons, and this is our continuing series of reflections on the foundations of polity, which are the first section of the Book of Order of the Presbyterian Church, U.S.A. Today we are looking at section F 30106, election by the people. That through the character, qualifications, and authority of church officers are laid down in the Holy Scriptures, as well as the proper method for their investiture and institution, yet the election of the persons to exercise of this authority in any particular society is in that society. We also find this sort of backed up in the Westminster Confession in section 5.150. I'll read parts of this. Furthermore, no man ought to usurp the honor of the ecclesiastical ministry, that is, to seize it for himself by bribery or any deceits or by his own free choice. But let the ministers of the church be called and chosen by lawful and ecclesial election. That is to say, let them be carefully chosen by the church or by those delegated from the church for that purpose, in a proper order without any uproar, dissension, or rivalry. Not anyone may be elected, but capable men distinguished by sufficient consecrated learning, pious eloquence, simple wisdom, and lastly, by moderation and an honorable reputation, according to that apostolic rule which is compiled by the apostle in 1 Timothy chapter 3 and Titus chapter 1. Well, that's a lot. It's a whole lot of qualifications, a whole lot of comments about what it means to be elected to ecclesiastical ministry, or the role of teaching elder or ruling elder in our church, both of which are ecclesiastical ministries. Different congregations have different cycles when they elect their officers in the church. Some churches elect them in the fall when they do a lot of their stewardship campaign and their other things. Some churches elect them in the spring. Different churches have different ways. But whatever it is an important decision. It's an important decision for the church to make as to who its officers ought to be, who its ruling and teaching elders and deacons ought to be. It's also an important thing for us to realize that when we're asked to do that, when we're asked to be a ruling elder in our church or a deacon in our church or the teaching elder in our presbytery in our church, it's something that people have put their minds together, they have discerned together prayerfully that you have those leadership skills, and you should take that offer and that really compliment very seriously, because it is a compliment. The other thing this says very clearly, and this is true especially to our polity and understanding of the church, no one can pop up and say, I am a minister by my own authority, or I am an elder by my own authority, or I'm a deacon by my own authority. It's the wisdom of the body that makes that decision. So it's the call of God and the call of that person and the call of the body, that all those three things coming together that confirm whether that person is called to be of office or not. When was the first time you were elected to anything, whether it's president in kindergarten or president in your maybe high school or president of some club or anything? You know the whole experience of wondering whether you're going to be elected or not, and then you were elected, and then after that you find out what it really means to be elected. People who are called to these ministries, like you and I, were called, and then it's after we're called and elected is when the real fun stuff and the work stuff happens. I think it would be a good conversation for you to have in your session members. What does it mean to be called by the congregation, to be leaders of that congregation? What does it mean for you to be people who people have looked up to and people who care about and people who are looking to follow you as you lead them in the way to be a congregation? What does that mean to them? And what does that mean for you as people of God? So think carefully about what that call means. Think carefully about what election means. And may God bless you, and we'll talk again. Thanks.